Hello everyone and welcome to our virtual community kitchen. Today we are making a chickpea potato curry dish with coleslaw on the side. That's a very tasty meal. I hope that you enjoy the process of it and also the final product. But before we begin, let's smudge. Okay, let's begin. So if you've registered for this week's community kitchen, you should have received garlic powder, thyme, curry powder, all-purpose seasoning, salt and pepper, coconut powder, mayonnaise, apple cider vinegar, sugar, chickpeas, onions, garlic, potatoes, carrots, oil, and coleslaw. Okay, so let's get started. I've taken the liberty to already cut the onions, the garlic, and the carrots. So they're all nicely done. And the first thing that's going to go into the pot is the onions. So let's get that started. We're going to add some oil into our pot. And I have a large family, so I have done a lot of onions, and we're just going to wait till the oil really heats up really high. And we want a nice sizzle. And where we want to take the onions is to a nice light brown. That's where we want to take them. I've also opened up our can of chickpeas, and I've rinsed them already. Our rice is already rinsed, and I'm choosing to make my rice in the rice cooker. That is my preference. I don't know if you like to do your rice on the stovetop or a rice cooker. It's up to you. And so we're going to do the chickpea potato first, and then we're going to move on to the rice. And while the rice is going and the chickpea and curry potato is cooking down nicely, then we're going to make our coleslaw. Okay, so let's get started. There's a nice sizzle. I don't know if you can hear it. So we have our carrots here all cut up. And when it's the right time, we're going to add that in. And also when the right time when to add the garlic, because the garlic tends to cook a lot faster than the onions. So let's allow that to start cooking. A tip while you're cooking with curry is having a plate on the side to hold your stirring spoon in order for the curry not to stain your counter. The onions are going to cook anywhere from about 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll proceed. For the potatoes, I'm cutting them bite-sized pieces. Adding salt to the onions in order to dehydrate them. The potatoes will be going into the dish as one of the last ingredients because we don't want to make them too soft. We do want them to break up a little bit because we do want them to thicken up the sauce a little bit. However, not to break down completely where they're all mushy. For this dish, I have chosen to leave the skins on the potato. I personally like the texture very much, and I also am looking for the nutrients that it offers as well. But you have the choice, either peeling them or leaving the skins on as well. And this may look like a lot of potatoes, but because I don't like to cook throughout the week all the time, I like to eat leftovers like that. I'm not busy all the time cooking and cleaning. I can just stick it in the microwave, heat it up, and back to whatever I wanted to do. If it's spending time with my son, or getting back to work, or going out for an outing. So I'd like to show you where the onions are at right now, what color they are. So if you can see closely here, this is a nice golden brown, and this is the color that I'm looking for. Excellent. And with that, now I'm going to add the curry. And the curry is I want it to cook in order to bring out the flavor in a really good way. I suggest if you're new with curry, go slow at first, because before you know it, it could be too strong and you may not enjoy the dish. And also, in addition, there's many different types of curries, because there's some from India, there's Guyanese, there is Trinidadian, there's Jamaican, there's so many, and so many different brands, and for different types. I went to the store and I saw one that was specifically for goat, for curry goat. So there's many. If you do not fancy one, do not give up on curry, because there is, I'm sure, one out there for you. Also, if you've gone a little bit overboard with the curry and it's quite strong, what I usually find that helps, either if I've made the dish too salty or I've used, for example, a lot of curry, I add a tomato that I've cut up very, very, very fine, and I put that in, and that waters it down and just brings down that harsh flavor that I've taken it to, and then I end up enjoying the meal. I find that is a real big help for me. Okay, the curry's cooking nicely. Just gonna add a little bit more. Also, there's some curries that are very dark in color, and some are quite, when I say dark, it's yellowish brown. And at the end of this dish, I will be adding coconut powder to this dish. It's going to give it a creaminess, which I really appreciate, and a thickness, but also this really nice hint of coconut, and I like that a lot. The house already is starting to smell like home-cooked food, and I really am liking that. I'm going to be adding my carrots now, along with my garlic. While that's going, let's start the rice. I've already taken the liberty to wash the rice. I've washed it twice to get out all of that starch. And the reason why I do that is so the rice does not stick together and bind together. I want a rice that is a little bit fluffier. So with my rice, I always put salt, a nice generous amount. And then I'm going to add my oil. It's vegetable oil. And my water. So far in our pot, we have the onions, the carrots, and the garlic, and the curry. So now all of this is starting to cook down nicely. And this is when we're going to add the chickpeas that are rinsed. So now we're going to add our thyme, our garlic powder, our bouillon for nice flavor, and the all-purpose seasoning. Okay, we're going to give that a stir. So I've added just a little bit more curry because I was not pleased with the color that I was seeing. It wasn't that strong, rich color that I'm looking for. And now as I'm stirring, I'm saying that yes, I'm achieving what I'm looking for. So because this dish is going to be very, very beautiful. The reason why I say that is because of the curry. It's going to be a nice brown, yellowish color. We're going to have the white of the rice, but also we're going to have the coleslaw, which is going to bring out the natural orange as well from the carrots. So it's going to be very nice to look at visually, but also as well, it's going to take you on a journey. It's going to be savory and a little bit spicy with the sweetness. So those three dancing together is going to hopefully explode your mouth with yumminess. So let's hope it turns out. So one of the things that I find about curry, in order to bring the flavor to its fullest capacity, is having three ingredients that go along with that. And it is salt, oil, and garlic. When you put all of those four ingredients together, it is just really, the curry really shines in a beautiful way. So that's just a tip that I wanted to share with you. In addition, you want to be able to cook this dish a little bit saltier than what you really like, because when it's with the rice is not going to be too salty, so it's going to balance itself out to the right amount of where you want it. So when you first start tasting it, you think, oh, I've gone a little bit too salty. You haven't, because with the rice is going to be just right. I find that when the carrots are starting to get soft, that is the indicator of when I can add my potatoes. So they're at that place right now. I'm going to add the potatoes now. So here, this is what it's looking like right now. The water level is high. Now this is when it's going to be boiling down now. Okay, so believe it or not, we are almost done making this dish. Now we just got to prepare the coleslaw. So here I have 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise. I'm going to add the sugar, a little bit of apple cider vinegar because it goes a long way. And with this ingredient and the sugar, you could take it to a very, very sweet level. And so just be careful, because you want it sweet, but not incredibly sweet. So the apple cider vinegar, you have to be very mindful of. It's very powerful. So let me just taste where we are right now in regards to the sweetness. That is wonderful, but I want it a little bit sweeter. So this is good. We're building. So we're going to try one more time. I want it even sweeter. This is the beauty of going slow, because you don't want to go overboard. It's a lot harder to correct. And I'm also going to add salt and pepper as well. And some people like to add raisins to their coleslaw. So I've even seen people add corn to their cooked corn to their coleslaw. And some people even use onions sometimes, just cut them very thin and very little in order for the onion taste not to be too powerful and too strong smelling. Okay, let's try it again. That is lovely. And now I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to build on the taste. Okay, wonderful. So I've added the coleslaw to the dressing, the shredded cabbage and the carrot that came in this package. I added that, and oh, it is creamy. It's looking great. And believe it or not, the coleslaw will actually taste a lot better the following day because it has absorbed all of the juices, and it will be so sweet, and just it won't be so a little bit crunchy. It will relax a little bit, and the bite will be very nice, but still a little crisp as well. So that is ready. And while the pot is still going, I just want to take a few moments and talk about price match, because price match is something that I use regularly, and I'm hoping that you guys use it as well. I know that it saves me a lot of money. It ends up adding up, and I know that if you guys are not using it, you could use it, and I know that it would be very helpful. So there's a couple ways of doing this. So one is by using your phone, by price matching, and the other way is by using your flyers. So make sure that you gather all your flyers or look at your phone and see where are the deals. Now, who price matches? Who price matches is two stores that I know of, and they are No Frills and Freshco. So how this works is if you find the same product, same brand name, same grams at one location and it's being advertised, you can take that flyer, that proof, or that phone, bring up the flyer, and you're able to show the cashier what you would like price matched. Then they will honor that. And they will give you up to 4 of the same item. So no more than 4. So if you're looking for cereal, 4 cereals is the amount that they will give you. So what I usually do is I put everything that is regular price at their store, and then right at the end, I put the items that I want price matched, and as soon as I say a hello to the cashier, I just let them know right away, these are the items that I'll be price matching today. And then they will move forward, or else they just keep on going, ringing things through, and then you're like, oh no, I wanted to price match. And so that slows down the line and things like that. So, but I also wanted to tell you that, for example, Freshco, they have things on sale. However, now one of the things that they added is doing rain checks. So if they don't have it and it's on sale, if they don't have any in stock anymore, they will give you a rain check plus 10% off. Loving that, Freshco, loving that very much. Also, it's important for you to take a look at their flyers as well, because as you can see right over here, if you spend more than $100, then you will get a little, at the end of your bill, you will get an additional little part that says on your next purchase, you can get $10 off. So an extra $10 to save. So I really, really appreciate that. Okay, so we talked about the two stores, major stores that do price match. However, that doesn't mean that you cannot get, for example, the Metro flyer or the Food Basics or the Loblaws flyer. See what's on sale over there and use that at those two stores. So they are good to go as well. But in their stores, you cannot do price match. So if that makes sense. So just recently, I was informed of an app that is actually very helpful in saving money when you're shopping for food as well. And that is the app Flip. It's F-L-I-P-P. And so what you do is you download that, and then you type in the item that you're looking for, and it will bring up which stores have that at their lowest price. So with that said, you can then use that at Freshco and No Frills and show them that at these other stores, you bring that up, and at these other stores, they are selling it for this price, and they will honor that price match. So I hope that you have found this helpful. I know in my life I use this. Let's face it, money is hard to come by, and we gotta stretch our dollars whenever we can do that. It is only wise, and there's always stuff that comes up. There's always birthdays that we need money for, or cooking that special meal on the weekend, or going on a little day trip with your child and you wanting to have that little extra money. So every penny counts, and I hope this is helpful to you. Anyways, so back to our recipe. Okay, so we are basically done with this. It is looking wonderful. It is smelling lovely. I have already added the coconut. It is smelling beautiful. So I'm very happy about that. However, I just want to remind all of you that we are on 3 different platforms. We are on Instagram at nativechild_early years. We are also on Facebook, which is NCFST, Aboriginal Early Childhood Development Unit. Also, we are on YouTube, Native Child and Family Services of Toronto. So please check us out there. And not only are these videos there, we have other different types of programming there available. You may find something that piques your interest there. But with that said, let's start plating our dish. So here we have our rice. We're gonna add our chickpeas and potatoes right on the side here, nicely. Our beautiful coleslaw that is going to add the sweetness. And take a look at that. Me personally, I'm going to be adding a little bit of hot sauce to obviously take this to the next level. I hope that you enjoy this meal. It is cost effective, it is tasty, and in my opinion, you don't need the meat for this dish. So with that said, take care, and until next meal, bye-bye.